You're feeling restless. You haven't got enough sleep. You're dehydrated. There's so many things that I can tell you about yourself that I could definitely probably say about myself. Not the hydration part. I'm pretty good on that. I'm very good on that, actually. Let me know if you need some tips on that right there. Anyway, I'm assuming a lot of things. When you assume, you make an ass out of yourself and also the other person. So I guess I shouldn't assume too much. Anyway, a lot of people in the whole entire world are restless, and that's for a good reason. A majority of us are restless because, one, we see a lot of BS going on in the whole entire world, and we literally see fascism on the rise. I'm pretty sure you can see it too. It's also in the water. Food's plastic. It's a lot of things. But mostly, I'm pretty sure you're restless because you crave change. You crave something more than just the monotony that goes on every single day of your life. That can be said by pretty much everyone. I feel that personally. If you're on that type of energy, let me know. If you're on that Kenyan kind of energy that happened at their parliament, let me know. I mean, like, you probably shouldn't say it in the comments. I don't know if your FBI agent is watching. They probably are. But anyway, lately I've been in a tizzy. Rage here and there, feeling helpless. Nah, I can never feel helpless. I can't. But I definitely can feel a little discouraged and sometimes a bit of despair, depending on the day. You know what? I blame Goku, okay? Back in like '02, I gave him all of my energy for the spirit bomb. I'd like a return. No retrograde, okay? I mean, besides Mercury being in like a dishwasher or whatever, I mean, energetically wise, the restlessness has just grown to such a degree where it's just disgusting. You know what I mean? We're craving satisfaction. We're craving things that we desire. We're craving freedom. I shouldn't assume that you want these things. I really shouldn't. But you're here now, aren't you? You know? So I'm sure you probably feel some type of way on this type of wavelength. I'm sure. But besides me feeling the highs and lows of this restlessness, it really made me think about the American dream, right? Now, back in the day, I went into the 60s, mind you. There was a time where, well, there was also redlining and Jim Crow and all the other stuff before then, but I guess we shouldn't get into that thing right there. That's a whole entire bag of worms. Anyway, can of worms. But there was a time in which the American society had a surplus of produce, surplus of people, surplus of everything. And it was fueled by, well, death. It wasn't American lives, but American lives were also being lost during this time, as throughout any type of, time period. Well, as long as, I'll take that back. This is American time period. So it's not like America's existed for like millions of years, but anyway. And the American lifespan of things. So, Americans have been through time and time. But the way that the American dream survived so effortlessly was because lives were being sacrificed. Not the majority of American lives, but it was foreign lives that fueled the Death Star. That is our nation. We're the Empire. Yeah. Are you going to strike back? Maybe you will, but that's for another time. Where's Goku with the spirit bomb when you need him? Oh my gosh. My energy back. But anyway, foreign lives were taken in order for the American dream to flourish and for people to thrive in that kind of climate. And during that time, America's power expanded past its borders, and America had absolute power everywhere. Petrodollar, way up there, waging conflicts in different regions, so on and so forth. We have bases in every country pretty much, which is really weird when you think about it, because like other bases from other countries don't exist here in this country. It's like, what are we doing? But that's for the time, I guess. The empire was able to expand due to conquest, taking resources and all that kind of stuff, and it made a lot of surplus for Americans over here. However, not everyone could participate in the American dream, because in order for you to participate in the American dream, you have to be asleep. You have to be in a state of comatose. You have to be dead to the world and living in your own reality in order for the American dream to really apply for you and for you to benefit from it. And the resources was definitely there. Oh my gosh, I'm speaking too fast. And the resources were definitely there. Okay, due to the death and pain that's been happening to everyone else around the whole entire world. Famines and whatnot, and man-made famines. Anyway, that facilitated us over here in America to be much more well off. However, fast forward to today, we are living in the nightmare. Well, the living nightmare. A lot of us have already been living in it, and we understand this. You get it. Yes. But now it is a living nightmare. And instead of it being foreign lives that are used to fuel the machine, it is now American lives that are being used in order for it to churn the machines of productivity. You are now the battery for the Death Star. Okay, actually, it's last resort. Honestly, it's last resource. We've always been powering up the Death Star, but we really are important to it now. And now you're really feeling the burns of being the resource of the Death Star. Okay, I'll break this down to gaming terms. If you don't understand that reference, like that's, Empire Strike Back, Jedi, all that kind of stuff. Basically, I'm going to use a Dark Souls 3 reference, okay? All right, so you are the chosen undead. You are living in a world of Gwyn's creation. His age of fire has extended throughout the ages due to him using himself as kindling and creating the hellscape that is the reality that everyone lives in. And each time there's a person to come along that links the fire to continue to age. That would be the people that are used in order to fuel each and every age. And now it's come to you, you little morsel. Are you going to be the fuel that links the fire into the new age? Because we're technically, like, this is Dark Souls 3 right here. This is the age of Ash. You're the Ashen one, okay? Chosen Undead was from the first game. You're the chosen one, the Ashen one. And you have the choice of linking the fire or letting it die. Yeah, this is like Dark Souls 3. Yeah, everyone's being used to link the fire. Who's going to be linking the fire? Each age is linked to each generation. Gen X linked the fire, millennials don't really know if we link the fire, and then Gen Z and Alpha. Are they going to be used as fuel to fuel the fire, to link the fire and help this age go on and let it sputter out to a poof? I don't know. But in the end of Dark Souls 3, it was like, who was really going to be living in the whole entire world in the age of Ash? Everything was burnt out. Literally, everything was burnt out. But yeah, every average day Americans are really feeling the burnout of being used as a living resource. Seeing as how it's not being exported anymore and the lives of everyone else around the whole entire world aren't being used as fuel, it's now us. We're feeling the effects. And we're expected to capitulate and to really give in and have kids and perpetuate the cycle of sacrifice. Sacrifice. Yeah, more and more sacrifice. So more sacrifices are needed in order for, sadly, it's only really only the 1% that are living the dream, quote unquote, due to your suffering. Your suffering and your inaction allows for this age to continue and to perpetuate. And being complicit and silent, I'm not saying that you specifically are, but the majority of people who are being complicit and silent and not acting are allowing for themselves to be sacrificed willingly or unwillingly, because any inaction is in itself an action. And with each sacrifice, you prolong this age. And if you feel it as though I feel it, this age is much more different than the previous ones than we can really imagine. Too much is going on around the whole entire world. We're too tuned in. We can't unplug. And a lot of us see a lot of everything that's going on. And for better or worse, you see everything. And it's wild. It absolutely is wild. But yeah, either you want to look at it from the prospect of, us being the Empire and America literally being the Death Star, and us being its fuel. Or you can look at it from a gaming perspective. Dark Souls 3, you linking the fire and sacrificing yourself for a whole entire age, and then someone else after you will sacrifice themselves and keep it ongoing because you are the perpetual fuel that is being used to fuel every single age due to your sacrifice, whether you know it or not. So, manipulation. Isn't it nice? Hence why the distractions are not distracting anymore. And again, why you feel restless. It's not in human nature for us to be, 9 to 5, work till you die kind of thing. Yeah, you crave more, and that's your soul screaming out that you want more for yourself. And it's very much okay. It's okay for you to be angry. It's okay for you to be mad. It's okay for you to go through those motions, but it's not okay for you not to act. Because if you don't act, then your inaction basically is the answer and the action for you basically sacrificing yourself and you becoming fuel for the machine, linking the fire, whether you want to or not, Anyway, I want you to take your hands, put them in the air, and tell Goku to give you back your energy for that spirit bomb that we had sent him a long time ago. We want to return, no retrograde. Gosh, whatever is in retrograde had better freaking buckle up. Anyway, I've taken up enough of your time. This has been a very interesting conversation. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, it's unfortunate. But if you did enjoy it and you had a little laugh, I'm glad you came back. Come back for some more. I'll definitely have a few more topics to be talking about in the future. But if you have any suggestions that you would like to talk about, Skittle Diddle, please let me know. I would like to know, especially for science. Anyway, take enough of your time. Thank you for sitting through this. I'll catch you in the next one, and I'll catch you later. All right, later.